What is up, metalheads? What is up? It is Heavy Metal Pokemon here, bringing you our Week 7 battle versus Austin, our good friend GarchompTheGod and his Lawrence Talonflames. And if you can remember from last season, we stopped his unbelievable win streak with a Vileplume. Now, we don't have a Vileplume this time, but we do have another grass poison type, so maybe we can do the same. Alright, yeah. Had I known, though, that I was out of playoffs at that point, I would have let Austin win, but I needed to go full try-hard mode because I needed to get in, but then a key loss didn't happen, so whoosh, there went my chances. But had I known that before the battle, I would have let Austin win. Alright, but anyways, so we were bringing Toxic Spikes, Roserade here, or Roselia, Choice Scarf, Zygarde, Roar, Extreme Speed, some other moves, Arcanine, heavy 3 attacks plus Stealth Rocks, Aggron, Tapu Koko with Varium Z. I should have made an announcement last week, or this week. I did change Z users from Lycanroc, Arcanine, and Glaceon to only Tapu Koko. I did originally want all 3 of those Zmons to be a factor in what these guys had to prep for, but Z Koko seems to put in a lot more pressure. So there was a lot of times where we were like, oh man, if Koko was a Z, but so now he's finally got the Z powers. Yeah, and then we have our Broom here. So with Swords Dance, Acrobatics, Drain Punch, High Jump Kick, I believe, because he does have an Empoleon, and I believe I do need the High Jump Kick to KO it. And then Austin brings Slurpuff, Charizard X, I should say, Spiritomb, Mudsdale, Tapu Bulu, and Uxie. So this Tapu Bulu we do have to watch out for, because if he does get up his terrain when we try to go here, we're in some butts if we can't get our terrain back up. So, but let's get right into it. Let's take a look at the battle. Hopefully we can get a win after our lucky win last week. Tyler did have a couple of misplays, and then that misgen I think really cost him the game, looking back at everything. Alright, so we're going to lead out with our Roselia. He does not have a way to get rid of hazards. So I don't know why the recording freezes right there. It just does. But he's going to throw up his sticky webs. That's perfectly fine. I'm going to throw out a Sludge Bomb here. I should have just KO'd this thing instead of just going for the Toxic Spikes here. But hindsight's always 20/20. So that's kind of where we're at there. I'll be sure to answer the question of the day. It's going to come up later, and we'll kind of talk about it then. But does a crit matter if it was a roll to KO? And we'll kind of talk about that as it comes up in the battle. But kind of let me know your thoughts down below. What you think of that? So he's going to Flamethrower me again here. I'm going to throw up Toxic Spikes again. It's perfectly fine. Now, I do believe that this was the MV or the Joey set. No defense, no HP, just like max special attack, max speed with a Focus Sash. And then what he gets done is he gets dropped down to the Focus Sash, and then you get the Unburden right away, so you can kind of outspeed something, which is kind of cool. But he still gets up his webs too, which is also awesome. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to click the Extreme Speed here. That's going to go down. So no worry, no need to take extra damage on this. He's going to go out to Tyler. This puts me in a really bad spot. Surprisingly, Mudsdale puts on super duper mega ultra super good pressure on me. So he's going to go ahead and he's going to take a poop on me. Literally, he turns around and then you're toxic. So he poops on me. That's just what happens there. Alright, so we're going to Roar here where we need to get in a better matchup. So him toxicing wasn't too bad. He's going to go out into the Charizard here now. I didn't want him to get a free Dragon Dance. So I click Roar again. Another hindsight, I should have made that double into Tapu Koko or something. But like I said, you know. So he gets roared back out into Tyler, and I'm in a really bad spot. So he probably thinks I'm being like super stally and just trying to poison all his mons. Really what I'm trying to do here, Austin, I'm just trying to get myself a better matchup, because I'm in a really bad spot looking at this stupid horse. So Tyler is really a pain in my neck right now. He's going to high horsepower me. I am going to live, which is good. We'll roar again here. Gets roared back out into the Charizard. Really bad for me, but I do go down here, so that's alright. But I'm really on the back foot because I should have made a couple of doubles that I needed to, because I wasn't able to get this thing in. So I'm really down here. Actually, I'm really far behind. So I'm going to make some crazy plays here that I have to make. I'm going to go out into my Mega Aggron here, and I'm going to get my Mega off for free. He cannot afford to Dragon Dance because I can take him out with 2 Earthquakes, depending on his investment, which I am going to go for here. It's the best play. It just puts so much solid pressure on to make sure that Charizard does not get free moves. And that was a big thing, because that Charizard also can go ham on my team, especially since these webs are up, and if he gets to +1. So we'll just go for the Earthquake here. No big deal. It's going to do a little bit of damage, but he's going to get some HP back from the grass and then lose a little bit from the poison, so it puts him about the same. So even exchange. He's going to go ahead and he's going to sub here, which is perfectly fine for me. Me not thinking that this is a Z-Mon, and we didn't see an item, so we may be in trouble here. I do click my Stealth Rocks here. That's going to put so much pressure on that Charizard for me. That was a big threat that was able to just run through my team as soon as it got to +1, except against this Aggron, where he would have some trouble, especially with the Tapu Bulu. Because Flare Blitz is going to hurt him, and the EQ weakens his, or the Grassy Terrain weakens his EQ. So he's going to go ahead and he's going to Swords Dance here. I'm going to click Heavy Slam. He's going to take out a sub. He's going to get a little bit of HP from his grass, take a bunch from poison, and then we'll go ahead and we'll click Heavy Slam here again. He's going to click that FiDMZ, so here comes a +2 superpower FiDMZ. So I believe that puts it at base 190 power, 180 or 190, something like that. So it's a lot of power. That +2 attack. This thing's, you know, pretty strong. And we are max HP, max special defense, I believe. Might be a little less than, like, not fully max special defense. I might have a little bit of speed, but we live on 3, so that is super good. We can take out this thing. Now we don't have to worry about a terrain war, which is really nice, so that way we can get the broom in later and just try and sweep, which we can definitely do. So he's going to go out into this Tyler here, and he's going to take me out with a high horsepower, which is perfectly fine. I don't want this thing to get its stamina going, because that puts me in a bad spot later. So nothing that I really want to mess with. So here we're going to go ahead and go into our Tapu Koko. Like I said, I got to make some crazy plays now, because you know, I have to adjust how things are played, which is really unfortunate. So we're going to go out into Tyler here. We're going to set up our electric terrain. We're going to go ahead and click Grass Knot. We do outspeed still, so that's really nice. Boop. It's going to put him a little under half. He's going to get some stamina boost, which is perfectly fine, because we're going to hit him with another Grass Knot. Now he does click with high horsepower, and we live on 3 again. 3. Whew. So he gets a little bit of HP, but then that gets negated by the poison. So we do click the Grass Knot again here. That thing is gone. Goodbye. Alright, so now he's going to go out into his Charizard, which is perfectly fine. I don't mind that. We do stay in here in case he wants to try and set up like a Dragon Dance, in case he thinks that predicts me going into Zygarde. So we're going to go ahead and click the Fairy MZ. It will take him out from this range. That's why I really wanted the rocks. It puts up a lot of pressure, allows Tapu Koko to get the kills that it needs. But he goes for the Fire Punch, so that's A-okay with me. that means we need to go into our broom here. Alright, so we're going to go out into our Hawlucha. We're going to get our defense boost so he cannot take us out. We outspeed him. He needs to get to +3 to outspeed us, which is really great. That was another, so I'm not max HP, like I could have ran max HP, but I needed to run enough speed to outspeed Hitmonlee unburdened, even though it did have the +1. I didn't want that to be a factor in later, so I went ahead and outsped the Hitmonlee, so I'm not 100% HP. We do see that he has a sticky barb here, so we're gonna go ahead and click the acrobatics. That's gonna take out this thing, and we do take a little bit of sticky barb damage. Now this may put me in range for the psychic that comes, but I believe I have enough to live. So here he goes. He's gonna go for the I'm gonna go for the acrobatics. It's gonna do some damage for me. That's damage is damage. I should be able to take one, and he gets the crit. Remember the question of the day that I asked you? Does the crit matter if it is a roll? To me, I think yes, because there's a roll. You know, you have a potential chance. So the chance for me winning went right down, which really sucks. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna click 1,000 arrows. It's our best play to click, because if we only get a 2-turn outrage, we're in a really bad spot, because then we have to hope that we don't hit ourselves in confusion if we don't kill with the first outrage. So he's going to go ahead and Dazzling Gleam. We're going to take that as always, and then we'll go ahead and we'll click 1,000 arrows again, but it's not enough to take this thing out, which is unfortunate, and lives on a sliver, which is fine, and he's going to take us out with another Dazzling Gleam. So that is good game to Austin. Really unfortunate for us that had to come down to that crit right there. Let me tell you guys, Austin is the luckiest guy in all of Pokemon. If he needs something to go his way, it'll happen. Needs a freeze, gets a freeze. Needs a para, gets a para. This man is the luckiest Pokemon player in the world. Needed that crit right there, or needed a max roll, instead gets a freaking crit. So that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate for me that it had to go down that way. But be sure to check him out. He's a great battler. His season doesn't show up for this season. I don't know if it's just his team is really kind of weird. I think he's kind of in the same boat as me, just trying to figure it out. Actually, I think he's doing better in this season. I think it's PCL I'm thinking of, where he's not doing so good. But be sure to check him out. He's a really good friend of mine, a really good battler, and like I said, he's the luckiest guy in the battling community. I'm telling you, he needs it. Boom, it happens. This man. All right, guys. With that, as always, bros, keep gaming.